Hey, Rising Robert, thanks for clicking on the video. Today we are continuing to learn all about some stones slash crystals, whatever you want to call them. Today's stone is the beautiful diamond apophyllite. I don't have any of this in my collection that I know of. I have some stuff that looks somewhat similar, but from what I was told when it was sold to me, they are not the same things. But this beautiful chunk called my name, and I'm sure any of you fellow crystal lovers out there just know the feeling of when something calls you and keeps calling you. You kind of just have to get it. So, obviously, I got it. She's beautiful. I think I'd heard of this kind of stone before, the apophyllite, but I don't know anything about it. But I knew that she wanted a home here with me. If you guys know that feeling, hit the like button or hit the comment section and let me know about it. Or if you just think this stone is a stunner, like I do, let me know about it. It's a good chunk. And there is some beautiful shiny pieces, even like in the bottom. Like, oh, she's a beaut. Yes, she is. Beautiful addition to my collection. So, while y'all get to stare at her, I'm going to get to telling you all about her spiritual properties. And for those that get a little stressed out that I read from different sources and whatnot, I literally have messages from this shop slash site, whatever you want to call it, Moonrise Crystals, and I always link it when I use it as a source. They were more than happy to have their information used as a source in the videos and listed in the description. So please don't get too butthurt and start talking to me about it because I have their permission. Anyways, today we are learning the spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical healing properties of apophyllite. We're gonna get started with spiritual. Apophyllite has a very interesting vibration, both high and pure, as well as intimately grounding and connecting. It activates our third eye and psychic gifts, sharpening our inner vision and bringing forth spiritual wisdom. It helps us to hear our spirit guides more clearly and to feel the presence of our guardian angels. It can also be used to contact other beings, such as extraterrestrials and interdimensional beings. Green apophyllite, you know what, I think I might have some of that. I don't know, I'm gonna have to check that out. Anyways, green apophyllite in particular is excellent in gardens where it attracts nature spirits. It can also help us to recognize our personal impact and responsibility towards the environment. Apophyllite is a carrier of the Akashic record and can help us to better understand and heal the past, present, and future. When we feel disconnected from our spirit and true self, it lights up our path and leads us back to home to ourselves. It is a phenomenal stone for meditation practices and astral slash shamanic journeying. Ooh, interesting. Okay, it has been successfully used in fire walking to hold the meditative mental state as well as to protect the physical feet. The chakras include heart, third eye, and crown. The elements are wind and earth. Numerology number of apophyllite is 4. Zodiac signs are Gemini and Libra. Emotional healing properties. Apophyllite has a sweet and steady presence that shines like a bright light in the darkness. That's how I felt when I saw the stone, y'all. I'm telling you, it's something. If you know, you know. Okay, anyways, it sings of universal love and healing and promises us that we too deserve a beautiful life and inner peace. It brings us hope and encourages us to have faith in a better tomorrow. When we feel afraid, depressed, angry, overwhelmed, or lost, it can help us recenter and find our unshakable core. It releases suppressed emotions and cynicism and helps us to heal our deepest inner wounds. Apophyllite encourages us to think about our emotions and patterns more critically and to articulate them out loud so they can be examined in the light of day. In this way, they can be seen clearly and their power/worth better gauged. Oftentimes, the crystal will help us to realize that the things we have given power to do not actually deserve so much power over us. Apophyllite helps us to reclaim our power and to give it generously to the positive forces in our life. Ooh, this is just, it's hitting so deep, y'all. It's just smack, smack. Oh, love it. Anyways, Apophyllite is a particularly good ally if we need to acknowledge and break negative patterns of using outside things such as money, food, sex, alcohol, etc. as a substitute to avoid dealing with our actual emotions and the reality of circumstances. Somebody else besides me needs to hear this. Woo-wee. Anyways, mental healing properties. Apophyllite encourages us to step back and take a wider perspective. Its calm energy inspires introspection and gently motivates us to examine our own behavior and belief systems. It helps us to be more open and honest and willing to abandon old systems that no longer serve us or accurately reflect what we know or what we now know to be true. It reminds us that we can make mistakes, we can evolve, and we can even change course radically. Apophyllite helps us to be comfortable with apologizing and to be willing to reach out to others if we have been in error. Woo! I'm telling y'all. It also helps us to let go of guilty conscience once we have acknowledged our own part and done our best to make amends. It helps us to stay logical and reasonable rather than being swept up by emotions. It does not tolerate victim blaming or victim wallowing. Instead, it infuses our thinking with spirit and love so that we see what is real, and as a result, we are more able to make good decisions that serve our highest good. Green Apophyllite also reminds us that we are not exclusively responsible for what happens in our life. While we do get to play the cards we are dealt, but rarely get to choose the cards themselves. We are part of a much greater system, both good and bad, and as such our successes and our failures cannot be laid solely at our feet. Green Apophylites ask us to be more compassionate to ourselves and others. It invites us to grow up, do our best, and call it good enough. Physical healing properties. Apophyllite is recommended if we are suffering from the stress that comes with mystery illness. We want to believe that modern doctors know everything and that every illness can be diagnosed and cured. In reality, sometimes the body behaves in unusual ways and doctors can only treat the symptoms. This crystal helps us to stay calm and accept what is rather than railing against the unfairness and certainty of it all. It reminds us that when dealing with a physical problem, we also need to take good care of our mental and emotional states. Yes, y'all. When we are calm, it is also easier to handle whatever physical issues come our way. Apophyllite is an exquisite crystal for Reiki practitioners and other alternative healers who need to be pure channels for healing energy to flow through. It is also a lovely talisman for asthma, allergies, and other respiratory problems. Green Apophyllite is highly recommended for anyone who suffers from nature-deficient disorders to remind us to get outside. OMG. Love it. Love it. If you love it as much as I do, or if you have your own, feel free to share. Share how you feel about it, where you found yours, anything about it, or just hit the like button, hit the comment section. Let us know about it. All love is truly appreciated, y'all. Have a good one.